Do you have the big book? The big sewer?
I don't know where it is.
If not, we can use them all. That's fine.
Dana Chunirana Adonai Nari Alatso Yishenu Nekama Pana Bitoda Bismirot Nari Alo.
Page 15.
Arbaim Shana Hakul Beto Vaomaram Toelevavhem Vehem Loedudachai Hashem Ishbati V'Api Im Yevon Eluchati Shiru Adonai, Shir Chadash, Shirul Adonai, Kol Haaretz, Shirul Adonai, Baruch Shelo, Asru Miyom, Miyom Yeshuato, Sapru Vagoyi, Tivodo, Bechol Ha'am, Nifrotav Tigadol. Tiferet b'mikdasho havu l'Adonai mishpechot amim havu l'Adonai kavod Adonai havu l'Adonai kivod shemo se'u mincha uvot ulechatzrotav hay 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 shtachavu l'Adonai Yadinami b'meshach yismechu hashamayim v'tagehar tiram hayam uno yalos Adonai v'chol asher bo hay 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 az hiramenu kol atzeyah lifnei Adonai Kiva Yishbot haaretz Yishbotem B'tzedek Ve'amin B'emunato Yanai Rai Rai Yanai Rai Rai Yanai Rai
Page 16.
Shiru Adonai Shir Chadash. Oh, no, that's to page 17. Page 17, sorry. Deja vu. Adonai Malach Tagel Haaretz Yismechu Im Rabim Anav V'Orfel Sevivav Tzedek U'Mishpot Bichon Kiso. Shamatis Maxion Batagela Benot Yehuda Leman Mishpatecha Sinura Shonena Shulchasidam Miad Rashayim Yad Silem Ozaru Ala Tzadik Uyishrei Simcha Simchu Tzadikim Adonai They'll do Zecher Kashon Shiru Adonai Shir Chadash Kinifot Asa Hoshi Elohim No Uzro Kodsho Lifnei Adonai Kiva Lishbot Haaretz Yishbot Tevel B'tzedek Ve'amin V'mei Sharim Adonai Malachi Yezu Amin Yoshev Kiruvim Tanud Haaretz Adonai B'tzion Gadol Rokov Amin.
Page 19 or page 53.
Hu Adonai Eloheinu v'shtachavu lahakadsho ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. Mizmor leDavid Havul Adonai b'ne'elim Havul Adonai Kavod va'oz Hay 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 Havul Adonai Kevod Shemo Havul Adonai Badrat Kodesh Kol Adonai Hamayim El HaKavod Iri Adonai Hamayim Rabim Kol Adonai Bakro Hay 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 Kol Adonai Behadar Kol Adonai Shober Arazim Shaber Adonai Et Asei Havanon Vayar Kidem Kimoegel Lebanon Vesirion Timo Kemo Ben Re'emim Hay 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 Kol Adonai Yotzei Lamotesh Kol Adonai Yachil Midbar Yachil Adonai Midbar Kadesh Kol Adonai Yichol Elayalon Hayefeso Ye'aron Uvegalo Kulo Omer Kavod Hay 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 Adonai Lamabu Yashar Yeshev Adonai Melech Leolam Adonai Ve'amo Yiten Adonai Yivarech Damo V'Shalom Hay hay hay
Page 20 or page 52.
Anna bechoach bechoach Gedulat yemincha yemincha Tatir tzirura kabel inatamcha Sagreinu kareinu nora Anna bechoach bechoach Gedulat yemincha yemincha Tatir tzirura kabel inatamcha Arenu Nora. Page 21 or 56. Licha dodi licha kala yada 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela hayda licha dodi licha kala yada 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela shamo bezachor bediborecha yishmiyanu el hanuchad Adonai echad ushmo echad v'shem u'tiferet v'litila lechat kala yada 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela hayda lechat dodi lechat kala yada 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela Likra Shabbat lechu lecha ki mikor ha-beracha merosh mikedem nesucha sof ma'aseh v'machshavati laha lecha dodi lecha kala yada pnei Shabbat nekabela hayda lecha dodi lecha kala yada pnei Shabbat nekabela Mikdash melech il melucha kumitzi mitoch hafecha Rav Lashem v'yem nekabecha v'hu yachamo alayichem Alecha dodi lecha kala yada 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi lecha kala yada 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela Pitnari me'afakumi Lishivite tifatechami Yad ben Yishai Vetalapi Korban nafshi el nafshi gala Lecha dodi lecha dodi lecha kala pnei Shabbat nekabela hitoreri ki va'orech kumi yori uri shidaber kivod Adonai alayeh lecha dodi lekrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela lo tevoshi v'lo tikami ma tishochachi u'matemi b'kechesu aniyeah Nitair al tila lecha dodi lekrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela v'hayulim shisa sho'asayich v'rachakuko mevalayich salayich Elohayich kimsoschat nal kala lecha dodi lekrat kala pnei nekabela yamin u'shmol tifrotzi v'nismecha v'nagi lecha dodi lecha dodi krakala lekrakala Tov le'odol Adonai, Tov le'odol Adonai, Ulezamer, Ulezamer, L'shimcha Elyon, Tov, Tov le'odol Adonai, Lehagid baboker chastecha, Lehagid baboker chastecha, Yemunacha baleilot, Yemunacha baleilot, Tov, Tov le'odol Adonai. Tzadikatana yifrach ke'erez balvanon yezkel sheturim bebeit Adonai bechasrot Eloheinu yafrichu kol yelun v'seva deshenim v'rananim yehu le'agid ki yashar Adonai tzuri Adonai malakeu lavesh lavesh Adonai os titazon hakikon tevel b'timon. Mikolod mayim mayim rabim adirim adirim v'shvereyam Mikolod mayim בראתך נבע הקודש, אדוני ליורך ימים.
Before I, of course, read the Untitled, I'll just make mention of what everybody knows, which is that this was a very sad week, of course, in our community. We lost a really kind and gentle and beloved gentleman in our shul, Marty Druckerman, Matisyahu Ben Gershon Besarai. May his memory long be a blessing in this community. And I will say that although I only knew him briefly, I will miss him. I will miss him, as will many others. Please continue to support Meryl throughout the week in Shiva. There is one change to the Shiva schedule. Minyan on Sunday will be at 2:30, not at 7. I confirm that but other than that, the schedule is the same. We'll also send an email about that after Shabbos. This week, we observed the Yartzeitin of Julia Lanoil, brother-in-law of Virginia Heron Lanoil, Beatrice Kebler, mother of Hildy Martin. Kelber, mother of Hildy Martin. Leon Evan, father of Frederica Siegel. Abraham Koval, a founding member of the PJC. Gloria Penrose, mother of Diane Cohen. And also Albert Levy, William Furgang, and Fanny Bonhart, who are memorialized on our board. May their memories and the memories of all those whom we recall be blessings. Mourner's Kaddish is on page 24 or page 62. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah. Be'alma divra kirutei v'yamlich malchutei. Bechayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael. Bagala ubizman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach leolam ulalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudsha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehi shelama Rabba min Shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Good Shabbos, everyone. It's so wonderful to be here with all of you guys tonight. Really, it's so wonderful. Tomorrow, as some of you might know, is a Shabbat Mishpacha, which means I won't give sort of a real drasha tomorrow. So I'm going to give a slightly longer one than usual on Friday night. So if you're one of those people that was like, oh no, there's not going to be a drasha. I don't know if there are such people. There's not going to be a drasha on Tetzaveh. Never fear. You got one a little bit right now, just a little bit longer than I usually speak on Friday night, but not too long. There's a Gemara where Rabbi Yochanan quotes teaching in the name of his teacher, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, and he says that even if you just say the Shema twice a day, morning when you wake up and before you go to bed, then you have fulfilled the commandment the Torah should be lo yamush mipicha, that the Torah should never depart from your lips, and all you got to do to fulfill that mitzvah actually is to spend like 30 seconds saying the Shema in the morning and 30 seconds saying the Shema in the night. And this is what Rabbi Yochanan heard from his teacher, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. But throughout history, various rabbis have puzzled over this. And asked, well, how can that really be? How can it really be that if you say the Shema twice for 30 seconds, total of a minute, okay? Except if you say the Shema slow, right? How can it be that you actually fulfill the commandment of never having the Torah depart from your lips? And one answer that I saw this week was from the Gerer Rebbe, Yitzchak Meir Alter, the first Gerer Rebbe. And he said it's like a verse from this week's Parsha, which is La'alot Ner Tamid. You should create a Ner Tamid. I hope it's burning. Yes. My first rabbinic mentor. Okay, this is an aside. My first rabbinic mentor Rabbi Andy Bachman, a great rabbi, was one time giving a whole Rosh Hashanah sermon about the Ner Tamid. It never goes out, and he gestured towards it at the big finale, and it was out. So I sort of live in fear of this. But it's on. He said, well, that's what it's like. The Rim said that's what it's like, because the Kohanim only lit the lamp once. And then it burned forever. But so how can you fulfill the mitzvah of lighting a lamp all the time? They say, well, if you only lit it once, it stays burning. And it's the same with saying the Shema. You kindle the Shema a single time, the Rim says, and it burns in the heart all day long, or all week long, or all year long, or all life long. And it doesn't go out until you go out. And maybe not then, because you taught it to your children, and they're saying the Shema, right? It just takes once, says the Rim, to keep that light burning. And that's what Rabbi Yochanan meant in the name of his teacher, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. But then his son, the next Ger Rabbi Avram Mordechai, okay, he brings down this other teaching from the Gemara. And he remembers that there's this Rabbi Chanina Segana Kohen. Rabbi Chanina, the servant of the Kohen. He seems like he was a Kohen of some kind. And he says that I saw a miracle at the temple. I lit the lamp once on Rosh Hashanah, and it burned all the way till the next Rosh Hashanah. And he asked the same question that his father asked. But well, how can it be? How can they have fulfilled the Halot Ner Tamid that we always lit the lamp if it burned all the way throughout the year? And although these teachings are not presented next to each other, I gotta believe he knew what Dad said about this. I gotta believe he knew what Dad said. And sometimes what Daddy says is not enough. And you still got questions. So what do? We actually went outside the Hasidic community. And he asked Rabbi Chaim Soloveitchik, the Brisker Rebbe, who's the head of one of the great Talmudic academies in Europe. And the Brisker Rebbe, so he's not so much a chassid. And he doesn't say, well, we all have this light burning within. Maybe he believes that. But he doesn't say that. And he said, well, actually, there's this Rambam about that. And he quotes the Mishnah Torah, where the Rambam says that if you put the oil into your Chanukiah, if you put the oil into your Shabbat lamp, it's as if you fulfilled the mitzvah of kindling the light. And he said, based on this, the miracle about why the lamp burned from Rosh Hashanah to Rosh Hashanah, the miracle was that every day some Kohen remembered to come in and put in a little drop of oil. And nobody ever forgot. And that was the miracle. And again, although these two teachings, the teaching of the Rim and the teaching of his son, Rabbi Avram Mordechai, right, they are not presented as directly in conversation with one another, but I gotta believe that they are. And I gotta believe that Avram Mordechai understood what is, I think, a very, very deep Torah. A very deep insight that, yes, it's true. The flame of the human being and the flame of a Jewish life is inextinguishable once lit. That is true. That it can be hidden and it can be thrashed in the wind, but so that as long as we live, still it does burn. And at the same time, we have to remember to tend it. And we have to remember to pay attention to it. And we have to remember that it's there. And we have to remind one another that it's there. And we have to add oil to keep it burning down there in the dark. Good Shabbos again, everyone. It is so wonderful to see all of you. We'll continue with Baruch Hu on page 28 or on page 64.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Uma'avir yom u'mevi layla, uma'adir ben yom u'ben layla. Adonai tzvaot shemo, El Chai v'kayam. Tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, Amari v'aravim. 29. Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha. Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta. Al ken Adonai Eloheinu, v'shachvenu v'kumenu, nasiach behukecha, v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, u'v'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Ki hem chayenu ve'orech yameinu, ve'orech yameinu, u'vahem neged yomam v'layla, yomam v'layla. V'yatcha tasir mimenu le'olam lamim, Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev amo Yisrael. 66 or 30. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, b'chol levavecha, u'b'chol nafshecha, u'b'chol me'odecha, ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele, asher nochim etzavecha, hayom ha'levavecha, ve'shinantam levanecha, ve'dibarta bam, ve'shivtecha bevetecha, u'v'lektecha b'derech, u'v'shachvecha u'v'kunecha, u'kshatam le'ot al yadecha, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. והימים שלה תשמעו. Adonai Elohechem emet. Amen. ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה ובני ישראל לכנו שירה בשמחה רבה ואמרו כולם מי כמוך באלים אדוני מי כמוך נדר בקודש נורא תהילות עושה פלא מלכותך ראובנך בוקי הים לפני משה זה אלי אנו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם באר ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל שיבנו אדוני ושמור צאתנו ובאנו לחיים ושלום מעתה ועד עולם ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך ברוך אתה אדוני הפורש סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים. Page 34 or 74. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם איי 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 ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים את הארץ וביום השביעי שבת וינפש יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה ועלם עד יברך ירצה וימליך מלכותי בחייכם וביומכם ובחיי דכל בית ישראל בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן יש מרבה מברך לעולם ולעלמי עולמיה יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שם בית הקודשה לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה תמירן בהמה ואמרו אמן. If you're still continuing, please continue to finish. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov beinecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael bechol et ubechol shah bishlomecha. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam.
Page 47.
Thank you. Vayehulu hashamayim v'haaretz v'chol tzevam. Vayichal Elohim bayom hashri'i melachto asher asa. Vayishpot bayom hashri'i mikol melachto asher asa. Vayivarech Elohim et yom hashevi'i. Vayikadesh oto kivo Shabbat mikol melachto asher bara Elohim laso. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Konei Shamayim va'aretz Magen Avot Baruch Mechaye Metzim B'mamaro Ha'el HaKadosh She'en Kamohu Hameniach Le'amo B'yom Shabbat Kodsho Kibam Ratza Lehaniach Lahem Kibam Ratza Lehaniach Lahem Lefanav Navod V'yirav V'achad V'nodeh Lishma B'chol Yom Tamid Me'en HaBerachot El HaOdaot Adon HaShalom Mekadesh HaShabbat Barek Shevi Umeniach B'Kedusha Le'amedu Shnei Onek Zecher L'Maseh Bereshit. Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu ritzeh v'mnuchatenu karishenu b'mitzvotecha v'tein chalkenu b'toratecha tzapenu mituvecha v'samchenu b'shuatecha v'taher libeinu le'ovdecha be'emet v'hankilenu Adonai Eloheinu ve'avahu ratzon Shabbat kodshecha v'yanuchu v'Yisrael mekadesh shemecha Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
Page 48 or 92.
Ikara vikada sheme rabba. Ve'alma deverakinu tev yamlik malchute v'chayachonu v'machonu v'chayedahu v'et Yisrael. V'agalat v'zman kari v'imeru. Yehesh me rabba mevarach. Le'olam ulal me'omaya. Itbarak v'ishtabak v'itba'ar v'itramon v'itnaseh v'itadar v'italev v'italosh v'itkurishah. B'rechu le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran b'yama v'imeru. Tikabal sodon v'hon dechol Yisrael karma v'hon divishmaya v'imru. Yehesh lama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imeru. Oseh shalom b'imromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imeru.
Asher kitchanu mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shavak kosher v'yahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron l'maseh v'reshit kiu yom tefila v'mikra'e kodesh zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim titvanu b'charta v'yotanu kidashta
Chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, va'anachnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, lifnei melech malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu, shehu notei shamayim ve'oser haaretz, u'moshav yikaro b'shamayim mima'ah. Ushkinatu zo, begav hemero, im hu Eloheinu, Eno, Emet Malkeinu, Echvasulato, Kakatu, Betorato, Ve'yadata hayom, Ve'yadata, Ve'hashevota el Rabbe, Ki Adonai, Elohim ba 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 shamayim mima'al ya'aretz mitachat vinodenu. Kagatu b'toratecha Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed v'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol ha'aretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo
Mourner's Kaddish is on page 52 or page 101. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah. Be'alma divra kirutei v'yamlich malchutei. Bechayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael. Ba'gala uvizman kari v'imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam ulalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudsha b'richu. Leila min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Good Shabbos, everyone. As always, it is my pleasure to invite up our president, Dr. David Hennett.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. It's also my pleasure to see everyone here. So many people. It's really lovely. So we got a lot of things going on. I have to use my sheet here. First off, this Kiddush tomorrow is sponsored by Rhonda Singer, and it's in memory of the yurtzeit of her father, William Klein. And we always need sponsors for Kiddushes. We have 52 of them. So anyone who's interested, contact Andrea Rothberg or Julia, and we can make it happen. We have continuing adult education with Rabbi Resnick on Tuesday evenings at 7:30 here.
Yeah, but
Oops.
well, there's a with the Shiva. I'm not sure. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Okay.
About
But if it's possible, we'll have it this Tuesday at 7:30 live. It's going to be on the life of David. I think you can go to the website and learn all the requirements. There are a couple books that are required. You're supposed to bring a Tanakh with you when you come. So it may not be this Tuesday. We have our soup kitchen. I don't see Jill here, but she's... Well, they never mention your name.
I know.
Well,
Who do you think
You are the witness.
all right. This is Barry Goldenberg, and he really is the one behind this. Okay? And this is going to be on Thursday, February 17th. And they asked for volunteers to provide baked ziti, salad, and brownies. So contact Barry if you're interested in participating. Okay, there's the February book group that's coming up. That'll be on the 27th of February at 11 a.m. via Zoom. So the book is 10 Years Gone by author Jonathan Dunsky. I understand it's a mystery. And he will be participating in the discussion from Israel. So it should be really interesting. If you want more information, contact Barbara Saunders Adams, who can help you with that. Also, we have our Pjc Film Club in February. And the movie is Mississippi Burning. I think, when was the movie made? Was it like the 70s or 60s? Well, it involved the 60s, in fact. And that's going to be on Sunday, February 27th at 7:30 p.m. Also via Zoom. The conversation is going to be via Zoom. And the person to contact about that will be Margaret Herzog, and also in the weekly announcements.
Is there a showing of the movie, or are we supposed to watch it ourselves and then come and talk?
That's why they have to be contacted. I really don't know. I suspect if it's a Zoom discussion.
Said it should watch it yourself.
Okay, there you have it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gene. And then we got the PJ Players returning with Sari Schulman's direction. That is going to be on March 20th. That's a Sunday at 3 p.m. The play is The Producers by the fabulous Mel Brooks, who I think he did better on Blazing Saddles, though. Just my opinion. Now, the rabbi is looking to create enthusiasm and interest in an Israel trip in the summer of 23, so we've got a little time. Maybe you should discuss that.
Sure. So this was sort of Adam Gerber and me and some other members, some other Learning Center families went to the zoo, and we got to talking. And apparently Adam Gerber loves planning trips and loves logistics, and we said, let's do a trip. And hopefully we're going to try to get Learning Center families with kids. Obviously, like, everyone's welcome, but it's sort of, we're going to at least try to see if we can get a trip together of families with kids. So let us know if you're interested, and yeah, should be fun. It could be really, really fun. So hopefully we're at the stage where if 5 people are like, yes, we're interested, we'll get to the next stage of, like, let's really start planning.
Don't go too far.
What's that?
Don't go too far. We have also the Scholarstream Program, which is lectures by members of the Rabbinical Assembly at JTS. That's free of charge. Go to the weekly announcements for all the information. You can register and participate. It's free if you find that interesting. Now, we also, on March 5th, we'll have a guest speaker here. It's in relation to the refugee issues. He's a refugee from Afghanistan. His name is Farhad Kurami and his wife Farzana. They'll be here on Friday night to speak a little bit about some of the issues. And you're planning to have a meal afterwards where people are invited?
Yes, so this is Refugee Shabbat. It's a highest initiative. Lots of communities all across the country are participating. Like David said, Farhad is a recent Afghan refugee. He was working with the government there. He has a pretty amazing story. He's a really lovely guy. And his wife, they were just married 1 month before Kabul fell, and they have a really frightening but interesting and important story to share. And so he will be here during shul, and then after shul, I'm hoping to have folks over to our house for like a salon where people can talk and actually get to know one another. There'll be like space limited-ish. I mean, we can fit 35, something like that people, 40 people maybe, but so you'll have to sign up and Michael, do you want to say anything else about sort of the... It's a lot of important announcements, so thank you guys.
Come on up, Michael.
I just want to get the microphone in case anybody out there. So we have been talking to some organizations, including Hearts and Homes for Refugees, which you guys may remember sponsored a refugee family here in Pelham 5 or 6 years ago. And we were trying to get together a Pelham interfaith coalition to sponsor a refugee family. The idea was the PJC, along with other Pelham houses of worship, would jointly sponsor a family. We didn't think we could do it ourselves. So I haven't had 100% success in getting the churches on board with it, but Kathy O'Callahan from Hearts and Homes from Refugees thinks she can get them on board, and it so happens that Hearts and Homes is bringing a refugee family into New Rochelle, settling a refugee family into New Rochelle like very, very soon. And they're probably going to need our help with it, so there'll be more information, but this is happening, and if you're interested in being involved in that, let me know. Oh, and I should say also, there's probably going to be a meeting at Christ Church a week from this Sunday about that. I don't think that's been finalized, but when it is, an announcement will go out.
Thank you, Michael. Okay, and we're not done yet. On the 18th, that's the second Friday of March, we're going to have almost First Friday Shabbat Dinner. Okay, couldn't quite get the first because of the refugee thing, but please let us know so we can know how much to order and come, and let's have a wonderful time together. I think we've covered that.
for sponsoring that. A lot of exciting stuff.
Tomorrow's service is
And tomorrow's service is at 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
It'll be a pretty normal service, but it'll be sort of short and sweet. And
I think it's going to be right after service.
Friday, the first Friday is going to be dinner, food
Well, it's going
after.
to be almost First Friday.
Is it going to be food after or before?
after. Thanks, everyone. Yiga.
Kadmon lechol davar asher nivra rishon ve'in reshit lereshito hino adon olam bechol notzar yoreh gedulato malchuto shefa nevuato netano el anshe segulato v'tifarto lo kam beYisrael kemoshehu Navi umavi et munato Torah temet natan le'amoel Al yad nevi'one man beto Lo yachalif ha'el Velo yamir dato Le'olamim lezulato Zofer v'yodea Setarenu Mabit l'sof davar bekadmato Gomel ish chesed kemifalo Noten l'rasha ra kerishato Yishlach l'ketz hamim meshichenu Livdot mechakekes Yeshuato Meitim Yechael